Hi guys, this is Veenu with chemistry. We had studied osmotic pressure as a colligative property and how to determine the molar mass of solute from osmotic pressure. Now we are going to study some terms related to osmosis. Number one, isotonic solutions. What do you mean by isotonic solution? Let us see, we are having two solutions, solution A and solution B. Both have concentration same. If we compare their concentration, that is same. Whatever concentration is of A, same concentration is of B. If we compare their temperature, we find that is also same. If we compare the osmotic pressure, that is also same. Here we are more and more concerned with concentration and pi, that is osmotic pressure. If two solutions have equimolar concentration and are at same temperature and have same osmotic pressure, they are called as isotonic. Word iso means same, similar. Tonic is for concentration. So we will find those solutions which have equimolar concentration, kept at same temperature and have same osmotic pressure are called as isotonic solutions. Now we will see what is hypertonic solution. Another term is hypertonic solution. The word means hyper means larger. Hyper means more, larger. Tonic is for solution. If we have two solutions, solution A and solution B. If we see concentration, A is having more concentration and B is having less concentration. If we see temperature, that is same, not different. I told you we are more concerned with concentration and pi, that is osmotic pressure. If we see pi, for A is more and for B is less. The solution, we have two solutions. One is having more concentration and more osmotic pressure. Another is having less concentration and less osmotic pressure. One which is having more concentration and more osmotic pressure, that is hypertonic solution. That is hypertonic solution. Another which is having less osmotic pressure and less concentration, that is said to be hypotonic solution. Low solute concentration, low osmotic pressure, hypo means lesser, hyper means more. High solute concentration or high osmotic pressure, that is hypertonic. A solution which has more osmotic pressure as compared to another one, or more concentration as compared to another one, is hypertonic, and another solution which is having less concentration or less osmotic pressure is hypotonic. We have seen two terms here, hypertonic and hypotonic solutions. Isotonic, the two solutions have equimolar concentration. Hypertonic, one which is having more concentration and more osmotic pressure. And hypotonic, one which has less concentration or less osmotic pressure. Now we always used to say osmosis is the process in which solvent particles move from low solute concentration to high solute concentration through semi-permeable membrane. That means solute particles move from hypotonic solution to hypertonic solution. Where the solutes will move? Hypertonic solution, solvent particles, no solute movement, sorry. Hypertonic solution to hypotonic solution. Solvent will always move from hypertonic to hypotonic solution. Am I clear? I hope I am clear. Now we will see another term, exoosmosis and endoosmosis. This we have seen earlier also, but I haven't discussed the terms. Suppose you have taken a bowl or a beaker in which, or a trough or a watch glass, you have kept a little water and few of the resins. When you put the resin, you find its original size is very small. But after keeping for some hours, you will find the size increases. We find, means initially, let me be clear to you more. Initially the size was very small, like 3 resins I have kept here. You will find after keeping for some hours, the size of resins have increased. Why it has increased? Because the solvent particles, cell membrane, this membrane of these resins work as semi-permeable membrane, and solvent particles move inside the resins, and this way resin swells. When movement of solvent particles take place from hypotonic to hypertonic solution, now in resin solute concentration, sugar concentration is more, and outside water is there, so water is hypotonic and inside hypertonic. So solution, we will see solvent moves from low solute concentration to high solute concentration. So it moves inside the cell. When we find movement of the that movement of the solvent particles take place inside the cell or from solution side, that means inside the cell, that is towards the hypertonic solution or solution side, that's known as, it's endoosmosis. That's known as endoosmosis. Endo means inside. We find that endo means inside. When solvent particle moves from hypotonic to hypertonic, that means inside the cell. This means inside the cell, that is endoosmosis. Now what is exoosmosis? Just opposite of endoosmosis. Now you have taken a trough or watch glass or beaker, that is a vessel, in which you have kept resins, this swollen resins, in sugar solution. Here it was water, and here we will find it is sugar solution having more concentration. What is there inside the resin? We will find here concentration is more. Here concentration was less. So we will find the water from resin comes out. Water from each and every resin comes out, because outside the hypertonic solution is there. We will find after few hours our resins will become of smaller size. They will be of smaller size. We will find it is due to movement of the water from inside the resin to outside solution. So when water moves inside the cell, endoosmosis. When water comes out of the cell, it is exoosmosis. Exo means outside. Endoosmosis, that means solvent particle move inside the cell. Exoosmosis, solvent particle move outside the cell. That's known as, these are the two kinds of osmosis. Now we will see two more terms related to osmosis. One is hemolysis. Another term we will see, that is hemolysis. Now, if a cell comes in contact of dilute solution, that is hypotonic solution where pi osmotic pressure is less than that of the cell shape, we will find that water moves inside, as we have seen in case of endoosmosis. So we will find that cell swells and a time comes when it ruptures because of very high osmotic pressure. That condition is known as hemolysis. Endoosmosis we had seen right now in case of resin. So when a cell is kept in hypotonic solution, cell is kept in hypotonic solution, then what will hypotonic solution, that means pi is less. So water will move inside. What will occur? Endoosmosis. Endoosmosis will take place. And because of this, what will happen? Cell swells. Water moves inside and cell swells. And it swells so much that it ruptures. It ruptures. Since it ruptures, this condition is known as hemolysis. This condition is known as hemolysis. So for example, RBC, red blood cell, if they are kept in salt solution having concentration less than 0.91% by mass by volume, so we will find it will swell and burst. RBC, when kept in solution, salt solution which is having concentration less than salt concentration less than 0.9%, 91% mass by volume, we will find RBC swells and bursts. It ruptures. Hemolysis takes place due to endoosmosis. This is very important, which is asked what happens to RBC when it is kept in the salt solution containing 0.9%, containing less than 0.9%. Because RBC have 0.9% salt concentration inside the cell, if we are keeping it in 0.91%, there will be no exo and endoosmosis because same concentration isotonic solution will be there inside the cell and outside the cell. But we keep it in concentration less than 0.9%. That means this solution becomes hypotonic, and because of this we will find cell swells and ruptures. Now we will see another term related to osmosis, that is plasmolysis. Next term is plasmolysis. What is plasmolysis? have kept a cell. Now suppose this is the solution in a vessel and we have kept a cell. Kept a cell in a hypertonic solution. In a hypertonic solution. High concentration, hypertonic solution, high concentration. Now this cell, this is the cell. Kept in high concentration solution. Cell will lose water. Cell will lose water. It loses water and shrinks in size. There occurs shrinkage in the size of the cell. If a cell is kept in a solution where the osmotic pressure is high, high concentration is there, that means phi is also higher. If so osmotic pressure is high, then that of the cell shape, we will find exoosmosis take place and cell shrinks. This condition is known as plasmolysis. Plasmolysis. I am just making a figure for hemolysis also. If see here, if cell is kept in low concentration, this is the cell kept in solution of low concentration, that is hypotonic, that is phi is also low, we will find that cell, inside the cell solvent moves and there occurs swelling. So this is hemolysis. So we will find in case of plasmolysis, exoosmosis take place. In case of hemolysis, endoosmosis take place. Here swelling of, in hemolysis cell swells, here plasmolysis cell shrinks. So when RBC kept in solution containing 0.91%, there will be no exoosmosis, no endoosmosis, because the two inside the cell and outside the cell concentration and the value of osmotic pressure are same. But when kept in solution containing salt solution containing less percentage of less concentration than 0.91%, then it excuse me, then hemolysis take place. When we keep RBC in a solution, salt solution containing more concentration than 0.91%, we will find plasmolysis take place. So we have seen plasmolysis and hemolysis together. Now we are seeing one more condition, edema. One more term, edema. What is edema? Now there occurs swelling and puffiness. Swelling or puffiness. Due to water retention in tissues. Due to water retention in tissues. Cells and intercellular spaces. Intracellular spaces. Space between two cells is known as intracellular spaces. So we will find lot of swelling or puffiness in body because water is kept, is retention of water takes place in tissues, cells or intracellular spaces. Why? Because lot of intake of salt is there in food. Intake of salt in food is more. If more salt is taken in food, then the condition is what? Swelling take place, and this condition is known as edema. So we have seen what is endoosmosis, exoosmosis, plasmolysis, hemolysis, edema, and three type of solutions: isotonic, hypertonic and hypotonic. We'll see reverse osmosis in our next class. Thank you.